Here, down there.
You have a seat. You're over here. We're next to Brennan.
Should I sit up here, too?
Grab one of the
Skip one more.
Yes, right back here. Does anyone need a program? You good, honey? Okay. You guys can't go up front? Sure.
Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to Tewksbury Memorial High School's 87th Commencement exercises. My name is Mai Sang Wing, your class marshal and master of ceremonies. It is my honor and privilege to extend a warm welcome to this evening's distinguished guests. School Committee Chairman Bridget Garabedian and School Committee members Keith Sullivan, Nicholas Parson, Kayla Bigioni-Smith, and Richard Russo. Select Board members Mark Crabman and Jane Wellman. State Representative John Wang and State Representative David Robertson. Superintendent of Schools Brenda Regan, Director of Business Services, David Libby, Director of Student Services, Rick Pelletier, Director of Student and Family Services, Karen Baker O'Brien, Principal John Bernard, Incoming Principal Andrew Long, Assistant Principals Michelle Dick and Sean O'Leary, Athletic Director Ron Druin, Senior Class Advisor Mara Pilot and Christine Smith, Guidance Counselors Ken and Daniel, Tina Sheehan, David Harn, and Kayla Schutte, the faculty of the Tewksbury Public Schools, and of course, a special welcome to the graduates of the class of 2022. At this time, please rise for the national anthem, sung by Tewksbury Memorial High School students Gabriella Navarrete and Vanessa Wall.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good job, lady.
Please be seated. Thank you, Gabriella and Vanessa. I now wish to take a moment to thank the staff in the main office, the guidance office, the food services department, the facilities department, the maintenance department, all support staff, and custodial staff for all they have done during our time as students at Tewksbury Memorial High School and for their work preparing for this special night. I now wish to recognize the faculty and staff of the Tewksbury Public Schools. Faculty, would you please rise? We applaud your commitment and contributions to the TMHS class of 2022. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Brenda Regan, for her remarks to the graduates.
Thank you, my son, and thank you for leading us through the commencement ceremony tonight as Class Marshal and our Master of Ceremonies. Good evening, everyone. To you, Class of 2022, our faculty and staff, our principal, Mr. Bernard, assistant principals, Ms. Dick and Mr. O'Leary, fellow administrators, members of the Tewksbury School Committee, distinguished guests, proud family, members, and friends, it is with great pride and privilege that I address and congratulate all our graduating seniors tonight as your superintendent. Students, this is your night for rejoicing and celebrating your amazing accomplishments. This is the night you thought might never come, and now you can't believe it's here, right? Your four-year journey was one for which none of us had the roadmap. But here you are, basking in your achievement because you've made it. The extra effort required over the last 4 years makes your triumph even sweeter. You bounced into high school in 2018, excited and enthusiastic to be high school freshmen. Who could have ever known how your next 4 years would unfold as high school students, making your way through a pandemic, a school in a worldwide shutdown, remote learning, hybrid learning, who knew that term even existed, toilet paper shortages, masks, Q-tips up our noses for pooled testing, pivoting, and pivoting again, and the endless times we had to tell each other, I think you're on mute. I know that none of us want to keep talking about COVID, but I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge how huge a hurdle this was for you to overcome. You are the class that bookended this pandemic with the last normal freshman year and then a senior year where we embraced being back together in person for our first back to normal senior week with prom and all the amazing events seniors look forward to. How grateful we are to be here with you tonight, side by side, seated with your fellow classmates in this first normal graduation ceremony we've been able to have since your freshman year. You are here with stronger shoulders and a sense of accomplishment like no other graduating class because you stayed focused, even when it was hard to do so. I commend your perseverance, but I know it was not easy. Today's ceremony celebrates the end of an essential and fulfilling but frustrating journey, and it was important for me to make this speech mean something. So I did what anyone would do. I Googled how to write a meaningful graduation speech. And because the internet is so informative, I learned that a well-planned graduation speech requires some key components: a motivational quote, some recognition of your successes and hardships overcome, a few pearls of wisdom or good advice, and of course, a call to action for your future. The quote, Taylor Swift says, "There are two ways you can get through pain. You can let it destroy you, or you can use it as the fuel to drive you, to dream bigger and to work harder." Now let's talk about this truly motivated and hardworking class. One might think that after all they've been through, they might have used it as a reason to give up. I can assure you that they did not. Please take a moment to note the designations on the inside front cover of the commencement program. The regalia these seniors adorn represent those recognitions of academic success. 62 students are graduating with the highest honor of summa cum laude, 27 students with magna cum laude, 31 with cum laude, and 75 students adorning the gold tassel and gold sash of honor as National Honor Society students. Folks, 120 of our students, 53% of this class, are graduating with honors tonight. Furthermore, 19 students adorn special cords designating their seal of biliteracy achievement. Let's just say that this class was certainly never on mute when it came to work ethic. Along with your academic successes, class of 2022, I asked you, what was your best and most proud moments were in your high school career? Believe it or not, no one said mastering Zoom or Google Classroom, but you did say this. Alexis's proudest moment was to be fully back in person for her senior year. Others said that the first football game or playing in the Powder Puff was their best moment. Jack was so proud to buy his first car. Sarah started the first student orchestra. Deli was the play-by-play announcer at TD Garden. John won Player of the Year. The Titans robotics team competed in the district championship. You touted winning the boys state hockey championship as your most proud moment. And Mamma Mia, here you go again with another incredible drama club production. And the number one response you can imagine was meeting, making, and being back in school with your best friends at TMHS. On the other hand, some said that getting out of high school would be your favorite moment. I'm sure because you're excited to continue down your life's path, whether your next step is college, career, serving our country, or some gap time. Then, Christina, you put it so well when you said, my most memorable moment is sitting here, right now, beside my classmates and my family, as we receive our diplomas and enter the next chapter of our lives. We deserve this, we earned this, and I'm so excited to see everyone succeed in their future. I couldn't agree with you more, Christina. Seniors, I also asked you for the advice and words of wisdom you would give your freshman self, looking back now after knowing what you know as a graduating senior. Ashley said she would tell her freshman self to live in the moment and not stress over all the little things. Bianca would tell her freshman self, don't take the time you have in high school for granted because it's over in the blink of an eye. And Alexis would promise her freshman self that she'd find a great group of friends who love her for who she is. One of you said, you can achieve anything you put your mind to. And Andrew would remind his freshman self that every act of kindness, no matter how small, has the potential to make a difference. Some of you thanked your family for the best advice given to get through those tough times. Nana told Molly that everything happens for a reason, and if you think of things in a positive light, it will encourage you to go on. Really good advice, Nana, thank you. And one dad told a student who wishes to remain anonymous, when mom's happy, everyone's happy. When mom's angry, start cleaning. Thank you, Dad. There is no doubt that we have amazingly brilliant and thoughtful students. We have you, their families, to thank for our great kids. Thank you. But I also suspect that the difficult times we have all been through together have brought us all to a greater sense of caring for each other and a greater sense of what matters in this life. What I have seen from this class is that you treat each other with kindness. You appreciate and protect each other with a sense of closeness and belonging. And yes, you will be remembered for your resilience, but also for the patience and maturity that you showed to each other and to us, to your teachers and to your administrators, especially when we needed your help over the last few years too. We know that you will continue to achieve great things even in the face of adversity, and you will continue to influence society in a very positive manner because of your own positivity. Your teachers and administrators often say, we really have great kids. So let's do a quick check-in. Motivational quote, check. Thank you, Taylor. And seeing the level of success achieved and hardships overcome by the class of 2022, it felt like your own words were the best place to look for wisdom and good advice. Check. So finally, if you will allow me, class of 2022, I send you into your bright futures with this call to action. In your lives, you hold the power to make good choices. Trying times reveal the best and worst in people. But for the past 4 years, you showed us the best. You chose kindness. You modeled appreciation and care for each other in the simplicity of just being together again. So my challenge to all of you is to continue to do just that. Continue to model kindness. Why? Because people will always remember how you made them feel. Peace begins with a smile, said Mother Teresa. Not every opportunity will come from adversity. It's a small moment, a smile, a kind eye, waving someone on in traffic, holding a door open, actually using small talk to talk to someone. It's in the connectedness and appreciation you are feeling towards each other right now, in the moments before you say goodbye, when you really feel for each other. I challenge you to carry on with that connectedness and to continue to model kindness even after you leave TMHS. So class of 2022, you have grown through the changes you faced and emerged as amazing individuals. I am forever proud of every one of you and eternally grateful for the honor of being your superintendent and fellow Tewksbury community member. Thank you for all you have taught us, and congratulations, graduates. Before I leave the podium, I do need to recognize and thank one more member of the class of 2022, your principal, Mr. John Bernard. John, we have been blessed with your amazing leadership over the last 2 years and are truly grateful for the joy and skilled professionalism you have brought to the students, the families, the staff, all of your fellow administrators, and to me. Please accept this small token of our appreciation for serving us here at Tewksbury Memorial High School. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Regan. At this time, please welcome Principal John Bernard for the presentation of special awards and an address to the class of 2022.
Thank you, my son, and I echo Mrs. Regan's comments to you. Thank you for your leadership tonight. You've done a wonderful job so far. Good evening, parents, grandparents, family members, friends, dignitaries from state and local government, Superintendent Regan, other school and district administrators, faculty, and a special welcome and congratulations to the students of Tewksbury Memorial High School's class of 2022. I share in the pride of all of us in attendance this evening who are here to celebrate this milestone achievement, your graduation and attendance at the 87th Commencement exercises for Tewksbury Memorial High School. I am honored to be here with you this evening to bid you good fortune and Godspeed as you end this important chapter in your lives and embark on new and exciting adventures in the months and years ahead. And soon I will ask for your indulgence as I share some thoughts with all of you and with a particular focus on our graduates. But before I do so, there are some special awards that I wish to present to deserving students. The first award to be presented is the Teacher's Choice Award. The Teacher's Choice Award is presented annually to a deserving senior who has been selected by the faculty for outstanding spirit and contributions to a positive school culture and climate. This year, 2 students have been selected to receive the Teacher's Choice Award. The first recipient is a young lady with a perpetual smile. She is mature and responsible, exceptionally poised and polite, and she radiates positivity and optimism. A student of languages, she is a highly respected peer mentor and someone who is clearly on a path to achieve many wonderful things in her very bright future. I am honored to present the first of this year's Teacher's Choice Awards to Awen Bailey. The second of this year's Teacher's Choice Awards is being presented to a young man who exemplifies what it means to give in service of others. He possesses a drive and determination that is unmatched among people his age. He has challenged himself by enrolling in some of the most rigorous courses offered and excelled in them. He is academically gifted, compassionate, and driven. He is a leader among his peers, and he has dedicated himself to more service projects both at the high school and within the community than there is time here this evening to list. And above all else, he is kind, thoughtful, possesses a great sense of humor, and is an all-around great kid. It's my pleasure to present the second of this year's Teacher's Choice Awards to Eric Impink. The Principal's Award is presented each year to a student who exemplifies what it means to possess the pleasurable balance of intelligence, humility, perseverance, and a commitment to making Tewksbury Memorial High School the very best it can be through active participation in co-curricular activities, service opportunities, and leadership. This year's recipient is a young man who is an excellent student. He is driven, focused, polite, responsible, personable, reliable, and he possesses an immensely positive attitude. He is highly involved in our school's co-curricular programs as a 3-sport athlete, co-president of the National Honor Society, a member of the Best Buddies program, a peer mentor, and a member of the DECA Club. And those who know him well appreciate his leadership and that he is a shining example of the best that Tewksbury Memorial High School has to offer. I am proud to present this year's Principal's Award to Jason Cook.
Good job, Cookie.
Last year, we introduced for the first time the Principal's Leadership Award. is a new award to be presented to a deserving student, and I am pleased to again make the presentation to a student who exemplifies what it means to be a leader, most notably a leader clearly dedicated to doing the right thing and with no fanfare. The class of 2022 suffered through the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic for more than half of their high school experience. Student leadership became even more important as school and district administrators worked to navigate the many associated challenges. For without the cooperation of the student body, the impact would undoubtedly have been even greater. I have long believed that true character is measured by one's actions when no one is watching, and when faced with adversity, and while this year's recipient of the Principal's Leadership Award was often working in a public way to lead, much of his leadership was behind the scenes, and his unassuming nature is, in my estimation, at the top of the list of the many fine attributes he possesses. The recipient of this year's Principal's Leadership Award is a young man who is bright, caring, respectful, humble, engaging, self-effacing, gregarious, and above all, he possesses strength of character. I am grateful for his collaborative and positive leadership, the quiet manner in which he has approached the many demands placed upon him over the course of the time that he has been the president of his class. And I thank him for all that he has done to guide the class of 2022 and provide for a most memorable high school experience for all students. He has been described appropriately as a go-to student for whatever help may be needed. I am pleased and honored to present the Principal's Leadership Award this year to Jack Staton. Congratulations to all 4 award recipients. What's on your motorboard there, Jack? What is that? Cars? Back several weeks ago, when I sat down to write the first draft of my remarks to deliver to our graduates this evening, I found myself particularly reflective and reminiscent, thinking back to July 1st of 2020 when I first arrived at Tewksbury Memorial High School for what was then to be 1 year of service as your interim high school principal. This turned into 2 years, and as I conclude my time here with all of you, I have thought a great deal about my hopes and dreams for each of you as you prepare to leave Tewksbury Memorial High School. In the face of the COVID-19 pandemic and all of the associated significant challenges, I have been consistently impressed with your kindness and consideration of others. I believe that you have made an indelible mark. You have left your school with more than you have taken, and you have made your high school and the community better by being good, honorable young people. And I wish to extend to you both my appreciation and respect for the way in which you have conducted yourselves as students of Tewksbury Memorial High School, and for the lasting impact you will undoubtedly have on your high school, the school district, and the community of Tewksbury. Your collective kindness and caring has contributed significantly to strong and meaningful friendships that have been forged throughout the time that you have been together as a class. I am a big believer in that the most important yardstick of your success will be how you treat other people, your family, your friends, co-workers, and even strangers you meet along the way. Famed author C.S. Lewis defined friendship as, quote, the instrument by which God reveals to each of us the beauty of others, end quote. I urge you to continue to be a good friend, be a good sister, brother, son, daughter, grandson, granddaughter, mother, father. Be a good boss or a good employee. Be a good partner. The goodness that you impart to others will pay you back significantly over time. And as you prepare to leave Tewksbury Memorial High School and head to wherever life leads you, remember to continue to take notice of the kindnesses that have been extended to you, and seek to reciprocate by being kind and polite and respectful of all those with whom you come into contact. Seek to emulate those people you have met and who possess these important qualities. Measure a person by the size of their heart, and seek to be measured by the size of your heart. It is your heart that will gain you the respect and favor of others, and this will sustain you and bring you great satisfaction in life. Remember, the size of your heart does matter. These are but a few of the many good things I have witnessed in you, the class of 2022, and I have every confidence that these qualities will strengthen in the years ahead. At each of the graduation ceremonies where I have had the opportunity to address the graduating class, I have offered a charge to the graduates, and so it is that this evening I will now fulfill this tradition for the last time. This year I found inspiration for my charge to you, our graduates, in the words of Senator Robert Kennedy. On June 5th, it was the 54th anniversary of the assassination of Senator Kennedy. And while many here this evening, and certainly our graduates, did not bear firsthand witness to the impact that Bobby Kennedy made at a time that our nation was in great turmoil, many of his powerful words communicated through his famous speeches continue to resonate today. At a time when much of our nation and our world remain in conflict, where cynicism is far too ever present, where pessimism is encountered daily, there remains a place, in fact, there remains a great place, where hope and optimism shine. And it is important to be reminded that there are many good and positive and hopeful people in our world. I've had the good fortune of working with young people in public education for 36 years. And over that time, much has changed, but an important constant has been the goodness in the young people that I've encountered along the way. The hope that they possess and the power that they have to instill in others, that there remains hope that the future can be better and brighter. And so it is fitting that we remember the words of Bobby Kennedy when he addressed the nation at a tumultuous time in 1968, when he echoed the words of famed author George Bernard Shaw when he said, "There are those that look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of the things that never were and ask why not." This class of 2022 is my charge to all of you. Ask why not. Having been witness to the many good and hopeful and sincere acts which you have displayed, I am confident that you possess what is needed to make a positive difference in the lives of others. Lastly, as I fulfill my responsibility to you as your high school principal, I expand my charge to you and ask that you give people hope. It is easy to fall prey to victimization and cynicism and hopelessness and increase our reliance on others to make our way through the day. What is not always easy, yet is critically important, is to remain hopeful and to work on your own with others as a support, not as a crutch, to achieve your goals. In doing so, you will demonstrate hope for all that is good in both the short term and the long term. Hope is very powerful. It can inspire and raise up the downtrodden. Hope can ease pain and loss. Sometimes all it takes is one person to make a difference. Be that person. I'm confident that if you do so, you will make things better for those around you and, in turn, for yourself. And so as I conclude, I wish to extend a sincere and deep thank you to the community of Tewksbury for affording me the opportunity to serve as your high school principal these last 2 years. And while I look forward to my second retirement to start on July 1st, I will take with me many wonderful memories of my time spent here with all of you. I congratulate Mr. Long on his appointment as the new principal of Tewksbury Memorial High School, and I wish you well, Andy. I'm confident that you will enjoy your time as principal as much as I have. You are in very good hands with Mrs. Dick, Mr. O'Leary, and a very good and caring and dedicated faculty and staff. I thank you all for allowing me to share in this special occasion with you this evening, and you have my very best wishes for much peace and happiness in your lives ahead. I am so very proud of each and every one of you, and have so enjoyed being a part of your lives these last 2 years. May God bless you in the years to come, and may your futures be filled with the realization of all your dreams and aspirations. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bernard. It is now my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker this evening. Please join me in welcoming class salutatorian Angelina Georgakopoulos.
You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. I wish I could tell you I came up with that, but it was actually written by Maya Angelou, a writer, poet, and civil rights activist who I really admire. Anyone who knows about Maya Angelou knows she did not have an easy life. Yet, in the face of adversity, she stood up through her pain and took to the pen to share her voice with the world. 4 years ago, I was pretty naive to the way others faced adversity. In my eyes, if you were a kid, the worst thing that could happen to you would be a bad grade on a test or a fight with a friend. My thinking has changed as I've witnessed the many struggles faced by my friends and classmates, but no one experience was more transformative than Challenge Day. For those that don't know, Challenge Day was an event held to build solidarity among our class by bringing awareness to the issues people face in their personal lives. On that day, I learned that on top of the regular struggles of being a teenager and student, many of my classmates had to contend with countless other issues, whether it be mental health, discrimination, or even losing a family member. Although this may make Challenge Day seem negative, it was really the complete opposite. Even as they were crying, people turned to others, even those they didn't know, and showed them empathy. I won't lie, as an introvert, it was very overwhelming, and I went home with a massive migraine. But in the end, I am so glad I decided to tough it out and go to school that day. Because when all the tears were dried, what was left was inspiration. Like Maya Angelou said, having resilience is not merely surviving your struggles, but controlling how you react to them. When you are stressed, tired, sad, or angry, it is so easy to project these emotions onto others. Sorry, Mom and Dad. With that being said, I've always been so inspired by those who continue to come to class, are kind, and do amazing things despite their challenges. I'm inspired by those who smile and lift other people up, even when they themselves aren't feeling great. Through my classmates, the class of 2022, I've learned that positivity has real power to impact people around you and change lives. I know that when I was having a bad day or a bad month, the people who took the time to smile, say hello, and listen were the ones who helped me keep going. And as one of my close friends once told me, happiness is contagious. When I saw my classmates showing resilience, it made me want to build my own inner strength. Although we contain so much resilience within ourselves, it's important to remember that no one succeeds without the help of others. So this time, I'd like to acknowledge all the people I've relied on throughout my high school career. Thank you to my parents and to all the parents and guardians here to support their kids today. Thank you to all my friends for surviving my many rants, usually about losing mock trial competitions. Thank you to all the teachers and other faculty for the amazing work you've done. And finally, thank you to my classmates, the class of 2022, for inspiring me every day with your intelligence, compassion, and perseverance. Wherever your journey may take you, I know the resilience that you've built up throughout these past 4 years will carry you through anything you may encounter. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Angelina, for your remarks. We thank you for everything you have done for TMHS, and we wish you all the best next year and in all your future endeavors. It is now my honor to invite to the podium for his student address, Class Valedictorian Alec Cranston.
First off, for anyone who is wondering who the goof is with the air horn, that's my sister, Anya. Hi, Anya. Before I begin, I need to recognize a few people. To every teacher of Tewksbury, thank you for your continued passion for what you do and for being shoulders to lean on despite the adversity and unfairness you have faced in recent years. To our coaches, thank you for your commitment and encouragement through what is the demanding world of high school sports. To the custodial staff, thank you for your unlimited patience in a school that can't seem to control its urge to flush pizza down toilets. To our guidance counselors, thank you for helping us down the path that led us to today and beyond, but more importantly, for keeping your doors open. To my friends, thank you for all the memories, laughs, and support we've shared since we were kids. And thank you to our families, who we cannot give enough credit to for raising us into the young adults we've grown into today. There's an essential life lesson that my sister and I have been raised by since childhood. It is that of honesty. We were told to never tell a lie, no matter how small. But if I did tell a lie, it ended up with my mom finding out and taking away my Xbox for a week. That was always pretty devastating, so I learned the lesson of honesty rather quickly. We typically think of honesty as not lying to others. As I've grown up and matured, though, I've realized that honesty has many more forms. The days of sitting in a classroom for 6 hours a day are officially over, and now you have complete freedom with what you choose to do for the rest of your life. And that is, well, pretty terrifying. But the good news is you have the chance to be honest with yourself. The life ahead of you is full of decisions. If and where you study, your job, who you marry, if you marry, where you live, how you dress, your hobbies. These decisions can be overwhelming and life-changing, or small and unnoticeable. Yet each one is fully your decision. At the end of the day, they all compile to form who you are as an individual, and to be happiest with that individual, you must be honest with what you choose. There is no right way or wrong way to live life. Do not lie to yourself about what you want from life, no matter what others think or expect from you, even if you have to be a little selfish in the process. And when you do work hard, always ensure it is for the right reason. Do it because you honestly enjoy whatever it is you do and the satisfaction it brings you. Be humble. Egos are annoying. Never lie and work towards something for the recognition of others, for a paycheck, or for a shiny reward. I know I'm in a pretty terrible position to tell you that considering why I'm up here right now, but hear me out. I grew up with Tourette's syndrome. I was shy, awkward, and quiet. I found school easy. Kids saw me as a smart one. I loved this, and I loved the attention it brought me, because for once I was more than the odd one out. So I worked hard in the early years to show anyone how smart I was. I was lying to myself, though. I was only working so hard because I was insecure. I eventually grew out of my shell with the help of my family and sports, and I realized that the real friends I made couldn't care less how smart I tried to make myself look. My perspective slowly changed. I started to look at studying as something to at least try to enjoy. With the help of my literature-loving aunt, I began to read books for knowledge and enjoyment rather than for how many pages were enough to impress someone. I worked hard because I wanted to have the freedom to choose my future, at least until Q3 of this year, then I checked out. But the point is that it was all worth it, and so I urge you to apply yourself only to what you truly enjoy in life, not to impress or fulfill insecurities. As you leave TMHS, consider the people you spent your time with. You again have the opportunity to be honest with yourself, but in the sense of the people you surround yourself with. Surround yourself with the people that make you happy, the best version of yourself, the ones that challenge you. You are no longer obligated to walk by someone awkwardly in the hall anymore, so take advantage of it. And in terms of the relationships you have, your friends, your family, keep in mind that you should never be afraid to be honest with them, nor should you be upset when they are honest with you. It's okay to tell those you love when they are wrong, and you should remember to listen to them when you mess up, or in my case, forget half the things my parents tell me. Lastly, I ask you to be honest with the world around us. As some of you may know, I am Ukrainian. My mom, a Ukrainian Jew, was born in Kyiv and immigrated here with my aunt and grandparents shortly after the collapse of the Soviet Union. They left almost everything, family included, in Ukraine. But they had to leave because there was simply no choice. I've grown up Ukrainian. The language, the food, the old Soviet cartoons, the stories, the videos, the video calls with friends and family still in the country. It has become a home to me, even if I've never set foot in Ukraine due to the situation that has existed there since 2014. This may surprise some of you, but there is a world outside this little town of Tewksbury. This world is terribly complex. Keeping up with everything happening in it can be confusing, depressing, and at times impossible. To you, the war in Ukraine, events in our own country, and acts of senseless violence all over the world may just be another collection of headlines you see. Consider for a minute at most, move on with your life. But to my Aunt Tanya, my cousin Mark, to my uncles, to my family, to me, and to billions of other humans throughout history, these acts of violence are and have been all too real. My family is extremely strong, and my mom always reminds me to keep doing all the normal things in life, even if nothing seems that way. She tells me to live life with a purpose. And I'd like to say that I have. That when she and my family all sacrificed were worth it. But still, the scenes of the war in Ukraine bring a collection of emotions, pain, and worry I still don't know how to put into words. The babushka in tears on the news, who reminds me of my own grandmother, saying spasiba, spasiba, thank you, to the Ukrainian soldiers liberating the village of Bucha. The group of high school kids wearing blue armbands posing with rifles that look just like my cousin Mark. The names of towns I grew up listening to stories of in the news as Putin's next target. These scenes are a new reality for me and the people I love so much, but it is not unique, and it is one so familiar to too many people throughout human history. I'm asking you to be honest with what happens in our world. The world we live in today is, in general, much safer and more comfortable than the one that existed just a few decades ago. So much so that it is easy to be ignorant and pay little attention to what goes on in it. But our world is far from perfect, so please do not be ignorant. No problem was ever solved without first knowing what it was, so stay informed of the events and issues in our world, even just the basics. It means everything. If we all knew something about an issue or conflict, and we each donated, we discussed, we spread awareness, we fundraised, if we took even the smallest action, the world might get a little less insane. And when you discuss these issues, keep the truth as your #1 priority. It is now easier than ever to be misled by how much information we have access to. Always be sure that what you are saying isn't just what you want to be true or are told should be true, but what is actually true. Lies about the world situation told on a massive scale truly can be dangerous, and lies are exactly what gave people like Hitler and Putin their power. But to the class of 2022, be honest with your accomplishments. Even if a year and a half of high school kind of got thrown out the window, we are here today for a reason, so be proud of that. Or just use this as an excuse to celebrate in a way I'm sure is very legal and family friendly. Thank you, and don't peak in high school.
Thank you, Alec, for sharing your remarks. We are all very proud of you and your many accomplishments, and we wish you much success in college and all that your future has in store for you. It is with great pride and pleasure that I introduce Mr. Brian Desjardins as this year's faculty speaker. Mr. Desjardins is an English teacher at Tewksbury Memorial High School and was selected by the students in the class of 2022 to speak this evening.
Okay. Just making sure Will Smith isn't in the front row. I did this 4 years ago in 2018. I think I won in 2019 as well, but the administration refused to allow me to do it as a punishment for what I did in the dance studio. What I called self-expression, they called an assault on good judgment and possibly a violation of several federal laws. I was asked to do it last year, but I had to attend my own child's middle school graduation. So you probably had to listen to someone drone on about achieving your dreams or being kind. Boring. Well, I'm back. And I'm better than ever. And I needn't remind any of you that I won the student vote. Again. How does it feel, fellow teachers, to know you have been bested by me? Again. Pause for a moment and really let that sink in. I won, you lost. This is just the latest victory in my life, which has been full of victories. As I scan the sea of humanity before me, I see many warm smiles and expectant faces. I'm honored to speak to so many of you whom I have come to know so well over the past few years. I've written recommendations for half of you. The other half, well, I've probably written prescriptions for you. You see, I carry on a little business on the side, a sort of sideline, you understand. It happens to be a rather confidential sort of thing. That's a Gatsby reference, if you... Okay. I'm also seeing some pretty perturbed faces. There are some older members of the audience out there right now scowling at me, thinking, so this is what I survived 2 wars and polio for. This is what passes for humor these days. You know Dick Van Dyke, sonny boy. Now, Jack Benny, he was funny and wholesome, and Henny Youngman, he was clever. Take my wife, please. I've been with the same woman for 25 years. If my wife finds out, I'm cooked. I have my resignation right here, Principal Bernard. If you... So, okay. I call this section Year in Review. Boy, it was a weird year. Labor unrest, toilets in the faculty bathroom still not flushing, and COVID. This kind of year makes us all nostalgic for when it was all right not to wash your hands or just run them underwater and call it done. Now you feel like you might be carrying some sort of monkeypox. Boy, times have changed. We teachers were in the headlines this year for many reasons. If you haven't heard, we had a contract hang up there for a little while. But after an intense weekend of negotiating and hot yoga at a mountain fortress owned by George Soros, we managed to carve out a deal. There were some bad feelings there for a bit, but I think we're over it. As a teacher, it was difficult to navigate a sort of neutral path between my colleagues and administrators. When I was cleaning Superintendent Regan's pool, I had to make sure not to say anything negative about the school committee. And while I was at the secret underground union Bolshevik meetings, I had to say stuff like, down with management, comrades, and eat the rich, you know. I want all of you to know that I never meant any of it, really, I didn't. I was just saying stuff. The new contract, though, is just fantastic. With the extra 2.5%, I plan on going to Tahiti this summer and getting my wife some much-needed electrolysis. She didn't hear that one. With what is left, I will make a sizable donation to Helping Hands Monkey Helpers and sock some away for a rainy day. And congratulations to the school committee. Your meetings are the equivalent of the color taupe. Oh boy. Oh boy. I want to devote a part of this address to teachers, personnel, retirees in the building who deserve recognition, even though they did not win the student vote. I believe it is fitting that we should spend a few minutes in praise of some of our more beloved veteran teachers and those who are retiring after long and distinguished careers. I call this section Boom Roasted. Mr. Early just completed his 79th year, and he shows no signs of slowing down. In his Latin classes, there are 6 students, and all of them want to be Mr. Early one day. I have volunteered to bleed his break lines in order to free up his job, but no takers yet. As they say in the Latin Quarter, loosely translated, cum videas illum venientem curae. When you see him coming, run. I can't help but think that the Roman Empire would have lasted longer had they taken this advice. The Foreign Language Department in general deserves a mention here for being the second worst department, losing out only to science. Boom roasted. Kathy Stack, who's not here, is retiring, and that's a real loss. If you know Kathy, you know that 2 things mean a lot to her: education and family. And cannabis and baseball. And obscure Japanese horror films and vintage umbrellas and David Cassidy's worn Argyle socks. Come to think of it, she's kind of weird. And it's a good thing that she is leaving. Maybe she and Lynn Hardacre can hang out and talk about Hummels or something. But seriously, Kathy is probably one of the nicest people I have ever met, and I can pay her the highest compliment possible. She is low maintenance, and she did her job well. Dan DeMori is retiring, but apart from that bathroom mix-up, red means occupied, I learned. I feel like I don't really know him, so good luck, Dan. My feeling is that he will have a retirement rich in physics-related activities. But Dan, even retired, will have better attendance numbers than certain of my colleagues. Zing! Sorry. And Edge. What else can I say about Edge, whom everybody loves? But when you think about it, he's kind of creepy. He stuffs his drawers with candy and just waits for kids to show up. And they do! Is Eamon here tonight? No, I see that he signed out to get school supplies. The history department has agreed to relocate to Canada. We'll miss them like strep throat. An update on Lynn Hardiker. She was currently being held in Turkey. She tried to bring some special cookies over the border and is currently in a Turkish prison. If you've seen Midnight Express, you know what she has to look forward to. Some of these are, I don't know. And I'd like to take this occasion to recognize and praise our guidance department. Congratulations to Mr. Harn, who just received his GED and one day hopes to be a human boy. I'll skip the next one. And Kenan has been a revelation as department head. She also recently moved into my neighborhood. Kenan, if you see me in your backyard refilling your hummingbird feeder, don't be alarmed. I do that for all my neighbors. Sheehan is Sheehan, and she shows up most days and really mails it in. Sorry. In Shooty, what's with the puppets? I went to ask her a question about a student last week, and she introduced me to Count Razzleberries, who speaks in a French falsetto. It was kind of weird, I won't lie. Pilot, all I can say is that when I see it's you calling, I curse my decisions in life and wish I was still a manager at Anderson Little. In related news, Nicole LaPierre was seen in downtown Portsmouth protesting the amount of salt in the Atlantic Ocean. And Mr. Demers is once again holding his summer football camp in his backyard. Register at your own risk. Mr. Bernard was a great choice to take over for the last 2 years. I have more to say about him, but it's in a Google Doc that I just shared with you. And Sean has taken on some new and necessary initiatives regarding social justice and wall scaling. He's also agreed to appear as a guest judge on So You Think You Can Be an Administrator. Michelle, I understand you are new to town and you seem to be settling in nicely. And the English department, let's just skip that one, okay? We didn't have the best year. Now that I have embarrassed myself and my colleagues, I will turn to you guys, the students. After all, you're why we are here today. Here's the sort of serious part of my address. While driving my Pontiac Fiero the other day, I was listening to Ben Folds, one of my favorite singers and songwriters. One of his songs, Still Fighting It, has a few lines that grab my attention. It hurts to grow up, and then later, it sucks to grow up. And I was thinking that, yes, Ben, it does. No adult ever wants to return to adolescence, even though those years and what we do in them are flashed permanently into our memory. We take them with us because we have no choice but to carry them forward, and from time to time, I suppose, try to make sense of them. Some of those memories are pleasant. I remember my first BMX bike. I remember playing catch with my dad. I remember driving the streets of crime-ridden Chelmsford with my friends, blasting heavy metal and just basking in being stupid and young. I'm sure you all have such memories. Justin Hillis, please keep those to yourself. Some memories, though, are not so pleasant. I'm sure you all remember the insults and slights as vividly as you remember the good times. For many of you, these past 2 years have been unspeakably difficult. Nearly every senior essay I read this year in some way was about what happened during quarantine, and most of it was not positive. What started out as a novel experiment in remote learning turned into a sinister experiment in adolescent social isolation. What you have gone through the past 2 years is nearly impossible to put into words. It was depressing stopping school as abruptly as we did. It was even more depressing meeting with my colleagues through Zoom and witnessing our former department head thinking her camera was off as she did Tai Chi. Although I must say that I did enjoy the freedom of wearing terry cloth without judgment. That we are still sane is impressive. I suppose that if we can make it through that, we can make it through anything. What do we learn? That your world can change without warning. That extended quarantine can turn people into disagreeable trolls. That life can change, will change, and that to expect it not to is foolish on our part. Ben Folds is right. It sucks to grow up, but you did it. And here you are. Ready to take on massive student loan debt and psychologically scarred. A college education now costs $3.2 million, and that's at a liberal arts school. And that gender studies degree will make it really easy to get hired at Target. Is college the right decision? It used to be a simple yes, now it's a qualified yes. But if you are interested in college, SNHU, with whom I have a relationship, is offering some great new programs. See my newest TikTok for details. I hope you get along with your parents because you're going to be living with them for a long time. But it's not all that bad. After saving 75% of your income for the next 15 to 20 years, you can probably afford a fixer-upper in Billerica with a compromised septic tank. Fun. Now, what would this address be without me invoking the sage of Concord, Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of my personal heroes? Many of you have fond memories of not reading any of his stuff in my class. Thank you. With one aphorism, he brings into sharp focus the kind of people you should strive to be. Emerson said, "The louder he talked of his honor, the faster we counted our spoons." I always imagine Emerson saying that after a big dinner party at some mansion in Boston where all the leading literary luminaries of the day had gathered to bask in their collective genius. But one guy, we'll call him Henry, just wouldn't shut up. And he went on about his accomplishments and how wonderful and brilliant he was. Everyone, including Ralph, looked down at their place settings in front of them because they were just so embarrassed for this guy. I also imagine that it's sort of smelly at this dinner party because John Greenleaf Whittier didn't bathe or change his hosiery before dinner, but that's immaterial. A different century, of course, but the idea holds. Brashness, arrogance, cockiness are all bad qualities. I've learned that the loud ones are full of it. The quiet one in the corner, the thoughtful one who has fed his, her, their mind and soul with a steady diet of books and experience, that's the one you want to be. Be the one they underestimate, and then surprise the hell out of them when you step forward confidently in some sort of homemade tiger stripe lycra vest and show them that there is more to you than they ever knew. Cultivate yourself slowly and deliberately, and never forget to listen to that most important of voices, your own. Humility goes a long way. The older I've gotten, the more I realize that I don't know anything. What I thought I knew, what I thought was irrefutable is not. The opinions I used to have and thought were unassailable because I held them and I'm smarter than the world and they're just idiots anyway, it's gone too. I know less than ever, but in a way, I understand more, I think. I still shake my head in disbelief and or consternation about 10 times a day, but I keep moving forward. As will you saucy knaves. Whatever you do, don't do it halfway. Do you want to be on your deathbed someday and say, I wish I hadn't been so careful all the time. I wish I had gone for it just once. Live that way, and you won't have to second-guess yourself later and wonder, what if I had married your cousin Joan instead? I say that to my wife nearly every day. She gets mad and sometimes cries, but I will live unapologetically. If your first attempt is a miss, swing again. If that next try is also a miss, don't lose heart. If on the third time you fail, then think about joining a monastery and making jams and jellies. But watch out for Brother Abraham. He sleepwalks in the nude. Unlike Emerson, I have no aphorism to cover the next 65 years of your life. But I have learned one truth that is immutable. Don't follow strange men into the woods, even if they claim to have discovered a wizard's fortress. And call your mother. That's 2. Enjoy your summer, you rascals. Enjoy college, enjoy life, enjoy your appetizers. Enjoy it all. And don't take any wooden nickels. Whatever that means. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Desjardins, for that very honest and entertaining remarks. Please give a warm welcome to the Tewksbury Memorial High School Students Chorus, who will entertain us with a choral presentation of The Future We Foresee, the Tewksbury Memorial High School alma mater, written by a class of 2019 graduate Connor Megan and directed by music teacher Miss Celeste Pellegrino. Thank you to our chorus and Miss Pellegrino. At this time, please join me in welcoming to the podium Mr. Keith Sullivan of the Tewksbury School Committee to begin the presentation of diplomas to our graduates.
Thank you, Maya-san. Superintendent Regan and Principal Bernard, I present to you the Tewksbury Memorial High School class of 2022 for the conferring of diplomas. I attest that the students have successfully completed all the requirements set forth by the faculty and administration at Tewksbury Memorial High School and the Tewksbury School Committee. Congratulations, class of 2022.
She's ready.
Alec James Cranston. Angelina Nicole Georgakopoulos. My son, Foon Win. Jack Hayes Stadman. Jacqueline Mary Bidiello. Eric Samuel Impink. Gabriella Rose Navarrete. Victoria Elizabeth Allen. Daniela De Fatima Almeida. Victor Silva Alves. Madeline Margaret Anderson. Shreya Atale. Logan James Oth. Beryl Awoma. Awen Rachel Bailey. Sarah Barkala. Joelle Martin Barreto. Ashley Janelle Balecki. Win Kant Bow. Milo Babodis. Sarah Aya Boone. Alexa Ray Bradley. Madison Lee Brown. Sophia Marie Brown. Patrick Robert Burns. Braden Roy Burris. Maeve Elizabeth Cahill. Lauren Nicole Campo. Courtney Ann Capichetti. Olivia Marie Capello. Gonzalo Maderos Carvalho. Joseph David Carey. Isabel Marie Salata. Macy Naughton Chapman. Sarah Latifa Chalkett. Tiffany Amy Chavez. Travis Brady Cohen. Aaron John Connolly. Caden Robert Connors. Lauren Rose Connors. Paige Elizabeth Conrad. Jason Richard Cook. Allison Paige Costello. Colleen Dorothy Crail. Kylie Rose Crail. Thomas Joseph Crawford. Aiden Alexander Crossan. Molly Catherine Kremen. Caleb Colton Chrissy. Aiden William Krogan. Dylan Michael Crowley. Caitlin Maria Cueva. Madison Anna Cueva. Noelia Isabel Cura. Faith Donna Kerr-Flynn. Grace Deborah Kerr-Flynn. Courtney Paige Curtin.
Natalie Diana Daly. Jamie Da Silva. Andrew Eric Della Piana. Isabella Marina D'Amatos. Ashley Paige Demers. Bianca Rose DeSisto. Isabel Kaylee DeSisto. Grace Lee Dockery. William Thomas Doherty.
go, Billy.
Jessica Marie Driscoll. Joshua Stephen Engelken. Nicolette Sophia Evangelista. Tyler James Feingold. Daniel Joseph Fleming. William Henry Forbes. Madison Page Forgione. Logan Connor Frost. Mia Grace Gaglione. Brianna Adine Gagnon. Jared Charles Garber. Jordan Page Gardner. Lee Alexander Ganem Jr. Lily Ann Gigante. Ava Jacqueline Gilligan.
Good job, Ava.
Erin Rose Glidden. Corey D. Gonzalez. Brett James Graham. Addison Patricia Grant. Fiona Britton Green. Adam Rafiq Hanna. Paige Nicole Harrington. Aiden Nicholas Hartman. Cam Daniel Pauley. Justin Connor Hillis. Erica Ann Hinkle. Fiona Alexis Ho. Jaylee Nancy Howard. Brianna Danielle Jacobs. Paul Alexander Johnston. Erin Eileen Jollimore. Zoe Marie Kalageropoulos. Madison Carney. Rachel Elizabeth Kelly. Elizabeth Mary Keneally. Aliana Jeline Kennan.
Okay, all right.
Cole Anthony Kimtis. Hannah Louise Kosmersky. Paige Michaela Krasinski. Michelle Angelina Kusmal.
AJ Natwar Lacerda. Anisha Marina Lacerda. Kylie Alexis Lamora. Brady Robert Lane. Sean Ernest Lane. Haley Grace Lefebvre. Lucas Jeremy Lemos. Taylor Lynn Leone. Good. Brady Michael Litton. Anthony Keith Lowry. Derek Gabriel Lozius. Cassidy Lynn McDonald. Sophia Guinevere Madeira. Sharon Malik. Jillian Marie Mantell. Evan James Manuel.
Here he comes, angry tweets.
Christian William Marsden. William Jack McAllister. Krista Kelly McCallion. Melanie Abigail McCluskey Sapia. Liam Patrick McDermott. Kyla Joy McGilvery. Matthew Thomas Mell. Ryan Christopher Mello. Cody James McCurry. David John Francis Miller. Emily Marie Mitchell. Nina Louise Moulton. Jake Joseph Murphy. Brianna Joe Musgrove. Ashlyn Bennett Non. Natalie Yuen Wen. Natalia Evelyn Nickerson. Ada Jane Nicodemus. Jonathan Matthew Norwood. Emma Catherine Nowell. Stephen William O'Hearn. Elise Ann O'Leary. Isabella Alexandrina Oliveira. Mark Collins Olu. Nicholas Kyle Pace. Elizabeth Dawn Pacheco.
You're welcome, dear.
Erin Rose Payne. Jacob Roland Pelletier.
You're welcome.
Gianna Rose Pendola.
Tina, you got it?
Yeah.
Take your time.
Lindsay Ann Pettingill. Ava Joan Piccolo. Rachel Michelle Pitcher. Victoria Pinto. Caitlin Stowe Palomino. Nicholas Matthew Palomino. William Joaquin Politano Toro. Haley Nicole Pope. Nicole Rose Petito.
Rhea Marie Price. Taylor Ann Purington.
Go, champ.
John Spiro Bergucci. Mackenzie Marie Bertano. Juliana Lynn Ricky. Elizabeth Kelly Requena. Miguel Travares Requena. Roberto Carlos Rivera. Ryan Eric Rivers. Madison Lee Rogers. Isabelle Rodriguez. Rebecca Lila Runnigan. Justin William Rooney. Dominic Joseph Rosillo. Lisa Anne-Marie Rosillo. Courtney Morgan Rowe. Logan Jared Rouge. Daniel Thomas Sahagan. Joseph Khalil Saraf. Casey Ray Saunders. Zachary Schiebel. Isabella Rose Shilley. Benjamin George Sharp. Jordan Grace Sheehan. Sylvia Nashut Shanuda. Obida Sheikh Kamis.
Thanks very much.
Evan John Silva. Rangshai Sofan. Tiago Stecanella. Molly Jean Steinoff. Chase Xavier Stoddard. Cole Lucian Stone. Madison Marie Stovesand. Anne Marie Sylvia Sullivan. Justin Thomas Sutherland. Da Vinci Sydney. Patrick Teixeira. Nicholas Joseph Tracy. Quang Tran. Tierney Diane Trant.
Yeah, Tierney.
Willow Christopher Trodden. Aiden Joseph Truly. Shyla Ann Tuttle.
Yeah, Shyla.
Max Richard Tyler.
Max.
Devin Joseph Vieira. Kendall Marie Von Call. Jessica Jordan Walker. Alexis Patricia Waterworth. Vanessa Lauren Waugh. Christina Elise Wentworth. Derek Allen Wilkinson. Nicholas William Wilson. Leela Jinju Wan. Brandon Joseph Wood. Patricia Claudia Woodford. Abigail Yang. Andrew Samuel Yokin. Mackenzie Elizabeth Young.
At this time, I wish to invite the officers of the class of 2022, Jack Statman, President, Jackie Vidiello, Vice President, Eric Impink, Treasurer, and Gabriella Neveretti, Secretary.
Behind me? Come on over. Come on. Alrighty. So my name is Jack Stavin. As our lovely presenter just said, I've been your class president for the last 3 years. It is my honor to announce the class gift of the class of 2022. That being said, the 2022 Senior Class Council has created a fund for clubs and groups within TMHS. This fund will serve as an enabler of sorts, providing limited funding to help kickstart a campaign or project that the group requires a slight boost to achieve. We hope to encourage and enable the various groups within the school to make their own individual contributions to the TMHS community. No, you're not sitting down. So while I still have your attention, I'd like to take this moment to recognize a few very important people that I've worked with in the last year. As you may know, I've been your president for the last 3 years, but over the past year, I had the honor and privilege to work with Jackie Vidiello as my vice president, Eric Impink as my treasurer, and Gabriella Neveretti as my secretary. I've worked alongside these fine people and have been honored to do so. So let's give a round of applause to Jackie, Eric, and Gabby.
We're good?
Yep. All good. Well done.
We're up there, right?
Thank you, Jack, Jackie, Eric, and Gabriella.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to present to you Tewksbury Memorial High School's class of 2022.
Graduates, please stand. At this time, please transfer your tassel from right to left. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony this evening. Congratulations. Good luck to all of you. Thank you very much for being here this evening. Thank you.